Okay, so now this is a good lesson here because what you're seeing here is what we call dot offset. Now you're zeroed at 7 yards, which we're gonna unmess that up here in a little bit. That's gonna be our next week's video. We're gonna show folks how to.
That's what I wanted to be zeroed at.
It's totally fine, totally fine. Nothing wrong with it, but we're gonna fix it. Okay.
KSG Armory makes a high quality, affordable holster, whether outside the waistband, inside the waistband, or appendix carry. We are proud to have them in the holster consortium. Use coupon code ASP2020 at the link in the description for 10% off.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Chronicles of the Range Monkey. I am Neil here with Natalie.
Hi.
Working on the dot. So the last couple of weeks you've seen Natalie work a little bit of dry fire with her dot. We're going to continue to work through that stuff, but today we're actually going to put some of that into practice with some recoil, because you got to work with some recoil once in a while anyway, right? So, for most people, about 90% of their shooting should be dry. That's going to be plenty. You're going to get everything you need to know, and then if you do about 10% with your recoil, you're going to see a dramatic improvement in what you shoot, right?
Right.
We're here at the Alliance range here in Sioux Falls where Natalie works. They were kind enough to give us the VIP range, so because we're kind of a big deal, right?
Sure.
But on the other side of the wall is the other range, and there is a lot of people shooting. It's the Christmas break, and man, you guys have been busy, right?
Yeah, everybody's shooting their new toys from Christmas.
Exactly,
so.
as you should,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Pardon us, we're on a live range. You're going to have some banging going on the backside, and that's a whole lot of America that I can get behind pretty easy, right? So, but today let's work on. So the last couple of weeks we worked on kind of that high compressed ready, and coming up, seeing all our sights and getting a shot. So we're going to just do that on a target. We've got the new ASP targets. That's kind of cool,
Yeah.
right? So for today, let's use the head box. Okay, so we've got that 3x5 inch card there at the top. We're gonna just use that head box, and all we're gonna do is just shoot that, okay? Now the big thing is, remember, our front side proud doesn't mean we're aimed at the ceiling. It just means we're just a little proud, so we can break that wrist, drop it, see everything that we need to see with a dot, okay?
Okay.
Are you ready?
I think we're ready.
Let's do some shooting, okay? So we're gonna step up here to the 5 yard line. So we're gonna start from that kind of high compress. So basically where we married up, about right there is fine. And you're just gonna press out, see that sight, and put one in the 3x5 inch card. Go ahead when you're ready.
Okay.
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 Decock. Everything you need to see, and just put it in there. There you go, good job. Go ahead. Okay, decock. Go again. Good job.
Okay.
And we're decocking every time because this is practicing coming out of the holster. We're not coming out of the holster. So
Right.
Go ahead and go again. There you go.
Okay. Ooh. Okay.
What happened there?
Not sure.
Okay, so we for the camera, they can't see the target. You're low and right quite a bit there. What do you think happened? Let me ask you this: did you see your dot?
I did.
Where was the dot when the gun went off?
Right there.
Down there.
Right
Okay,
there.
so if you had to, so what do you think might cause that being down there?
Me not worrying if it's a precise shot and just kind of focusing on my trigger pull and where my gun is pointed.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Potentially it's your grip too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
think about it. So make sure you're seeing all the areas. Okay, go ahead, give me a few more. Good. Think about a year ago when you started doing all this, where you would hang out there for about 5 minutes to shoot one tiny ragged hole. And right there, we've got a whole bunch of acceptable, great hits, right? And they're so much faster. This is amazing. Okay, so I think you're doing okay. So what I want you to do now is let's holster up. And let's come out of the holster for a few of these.
Okay.
We're gonna stay in that 3x5 card, but now we gotta come out, snap that thing into the fight, and come up and then see our sights it's going to be a little bit slower because you've got all that extra movement going on there, but I just want you to work on that. Let's get a few draws, and then we're going to decock safely, get back into the holster, okay?
All right.
Go ahead when you're ready. Good.
I didn't see my dot on that one.
Okay. All right, let's do this. Let's move over to the number 8. It's a 2-inch circle on the side there. Draw, see all that you have to see, and get your hit every single time.
Okay.
Let's get 5 hits in that number 8.
Okay.
Go ahead.
5 hits, 5 draws?
Yeah, 5 draws.
Okay,
Yep.
sounds good, just making sure.
Okay. About that low. Go ahead. Do we need to do a video on zeroing a dot?
No, it's zeroed in at 7 yards, so that's why we're just that low.
Go ahead. Good.
We should be doing this at 5 yards.
We are at 5 yards.
We're at 7 yards.
We'll do dot offset next. How's that?
Okay.
Okay.
And one more.
One more. All right, decock. Now, talk to me just a minute here. The number 8 dot is what your point of aim was, but what was your point of aim on the 8, on that dot? Where are you aiming at? What's your dot touching when you pull trigger?
The head of the 8.
The head of the 8.
Right in the middle of the 8.
Okay, so now this is a good lesson here because what you're seeing here is what we call dot offset. Now you're zeroed at 7 yards, which we're gonna unmess that up here in a little bit. That's gonna be our next week's video. We're gonna show folks how to.
That's what I wanted to be zeroed at.
It's totally fine, totally fine. Nothing wrong with it, but we're gonna fix it, okay? But what you have is dot offset. So you're set at 7 yards, and now you're 2 yards closer. So your point of aim needs to be a little bit higher as we get in closer. So
Okay.
what you'll notice when you're set, and we're gonna set it at 10 yards anyway, but with my dot set at 10 yards, if I'm shooting a 6-inch circle at 3 to 5 yards, I've got to aim at the very top, the 12 o'clock portion of the target of the dot. So see how you were aimed here at the head of the 8. If you were aimed at 12 o'clock portion of the big circle,
Yep.
you're going to drill holes in it all day long. So you shot a great pattern. That would have been that was fine. That's why I didn't stop you.
Yeah.
But that's dot offset right there. So that's something that folks got to learn when they get into the dot game, is that offset is a real thing. Now, in a self-defense encounter, those are perfectly acceptable hits. If you're in a hostage taker situation, you need to know what your dot offset is. So those are kind of things that we're going to learn and we're going to work through a little bit. But how did you feel coming out of the holster, seeing that dot and shooting that fast?
It was fun. I really liked it.
Yeah. Notice we had no timer. We had no nothing. There was no pressure on that stuff. And still, you were probably getting, you were probably in the 1.5 range. So nothing super fast. You weren't blowing the doors off anything. But that was probably twice as fast as you were a year ago shooting irons, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty amazing stuff, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to wrap up this week's and make this a quick one. Next week, we're going to actually talk about some other stuff. We're going to start shooting some drills.
Nice. All right, let's do it.
Thanks for watching.
See you later.